a generation to change a nation. My Africa, my Kenya, my county. Who else will take that bold step in making what I want to see to my daughter, if not us?
What needs to change to enable business and political leaders to take long-term actions when they're actually evaluated on a short-term basis?
We need to change the way we treat the climate crisis. We need to change the way we speak about the climate crisis. And we need to call it what it is, an emergency. I am certain that most of us in here today are generally aware of the situation. But my number one experience during these last 9 months is that people in general have no clue. Many of us know something is wrong, that the planet is warming because of increased greenhouse gases.
The 24th, okay? So don't rush. It could take you less, and it should take you less, but don't rush. It takes a lot of work to get there. You have to have your systems, your processes, and most importantly, your people.
Hey! Habari zenu? Wa Kenya, impio.
1942, Albert Einstein was teaching at Oxford University. And one day, he just gave an exam of physics to his senior class of physics students. And he was walking on the campus with his assistant. And all of a sudden, the assistant looked at Albert Einstein and said, Dr. Einstein, this exam which you just gave to the senior class of physics students, isn't that exactly the same exam you gave to exactly the same class 1 year ago? Yeah, said Albert Einstein, it's exactly the same. But Dr. Einstein, how could you possibly do that? The assistant said. Well, said Einstein, the answers have changed. The answers have changed. In other words, what is true for 1942 is even more true for today. We live in a world where the questions might be the same, but the answers have changed. In other words, what has got you here will no longer get you there. And if you want to have results that you've never had before, well, you need to start doing things you've never done before. Now, the key question for today is, of course, is there a method to the madness? Is there a way that each of us can do impossible things to truly create dramatic results?
The value proposition that I believe to write the next chapter for indeed the Africa story is a chapter that cannot do without the young people. Us, as the young leaders, we are the one to come boldly and to fight this ethnicity, to fight this corrupt, to fight this vulgar, and to fight this leadership that has been
Trade. Africa joining the world and becoming a partner in global trade. I don't know if you checked, moving a ton of fertilizer from a US port to the Kenyan port of Mombasa, which is a 9,000-kilometer journey, costs $40. But moving the same ton of fertilizer from Mombasa to Kampala, 1,000 kilometers away, costs $120. That is 30 times, it costs 30 times more to move cargo across African borders than it costs to move cargo to African ports. So you cannot be rising if you are at such a disadvantage today, not last year, today.
Ask you a question. For how much longer will you and I be happy with the status quo that exists? A status quo that over the past 100 years continues to put you and I as African people at the recipients of all forces shaping the global world. So if I asked you a question, what's happened in the world over the past few years that we've done that's shaped the rest of it? How many of us here would answer in the affirmative and give an example? And the truth is, it's because of the narrative and conversations that we've had. We've had a conversation that makes it okay for Africans to just be okay. And a part of that conversation, we see it in my environment where we finance businesses, is there's this huge thing now about small businesses. It's like, just start a business and just get in, and it's okay if it's a small business. Well, I'm here to tell you something new, and that is, it's not okay.